Going on, guys? Team Mechanic here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to replace your factory door speakers in your vehicle. So here I have brand new Pioneer speakers, and here's my Crown Victoria. So these speakers, this is the very first thing I've done to it. These speakers, not good. They're not great. They're okay. You can hear sound, which is what they're for, but they're not all that great. Also, you'll see here this door panel. As with all of these Crown Victorias, they were put together very poorly. So this is falling out and this is cracked down here. So maybe while we're at it, taking this door panel off, maybe we can go ahead and see if we can find a way to repair this broken door panel. So let's get right into this and see if there is an efficient way to do this. So let's get on to things that you need to do this project. So first off, you'll notice you're going to need new car speakers. The soldering iron is optional, but I have solder, flux, and solder. So I have a soldering iron. You want a high temperature. This electrical is lead-free because I live in Canada and they don't sell lead solder anymore. But you'll see here, this is a rosin core, and you want it to be a rosin core. You don't want an acid core for electrical. Here, I have a Phillips screwdriver, although screwdriver size and socket size vary depending on the vehicle that you're working on. So we'll go ahead and get started now, and I'll show you guys how to do it, especially on my car. Okay, so here we are inside my car. Now, oh, excuse me, I have the hiccups. On this Crown Victoria, the process for doing that is lifting this control panel out here, which is very easy because it's broken for me. But for you, you'll notice that there will be kind of clips that fit in on the back, and then on the front there's two clips. You see one in the center of your screen right there, and then another in the center of your screen right there. And then there's a third one right here that usually has metal on it that goes right into here. So pry off those three, and then to get these clips off, you'll need a flathead screwdriver, which I don't have right now, so I'm going to grab one. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on here. So what you're going to do, for example, with this green harness, pull this out as far as you can. Don't grab the wires, grab the harness. Pull this out as far as you can, pry this back, and then use your finger to pry this back, and then pull it out. So I'll do that right now. I'll see if I can get camera angle. There we go. I have camera angle right here, so all you're going to do, pull back, put as much tension on this as you can, pry that clip out, and then pry this clip out. You can use your thumb or your screwdriver. Either one works, and then it pries out like that. Ford's wire harnesses here are actually relatively difficult. The GM ones are much easier, so I prefer those ones by a long shot. Excuse me, but it still gets the job done. So here I'm going to wedge a screwdriver in there, pop that in, and then pop it out like so. Try not to stab your hands, but now we have all the buttons off, so I'll set that aside. Next, what we're gonna do is there is a panel here. Let me adjust this camera here. So let me just make sure this is set. 1 second. Okay, now here's what you do. So here, to get this clip or this surrounding trim off of the door handle, that's what we have to do next. There's a little notch that you'll find up here. Just jam a flathead screwdriver into that, pry downwards and outwards at the same time. Then this trim pops right off and out. Now, the last thing that we're gonna do here is unscrew this thing. Actually, you know what? We can leave this on. Now, the last step until we can get this Ford door panel off, GMs use clips. These use slider pins, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So, to get this one off, some Crown Vics have a screw right there. Mine doesn't. Mine has a screw right here where the control panel would be. So all you have to do is remove that. And mine also has a screw right down here in this hole. And all you have to do is put a Phillips screwdriver in there and then unscrew that. So I'll get those two screws out and then I'll get back. Okay, so those two screws are out. Now be prepared, because when you lift this up and off, there is going to be another wiring harness somewhere around here, and that is for the trunk popper, which opens the trunk. So what you do is, with these Ford door panels, this window doesn't work, of course. Crown Vics, their window regulators always go bad. It's just what happens. So what you do is you can grab here if you want, and then you just lift the panel upwards against the door, so upwards like this, not upwards like that, but upwards like this. Slide it up, so you can grab from the bottom, slide it up, and make sure all the pins are loose. Then grab it by the handle, slide it up, and off. And it's actually quite simple to get it loose. Now you'll see this is the wiring harness I was talking about. So just get your fingers under there and under here. Try not to break it. Then that comes right out. I'm going to actually have to replace this because this is going to break here soon. So now the door panel is off. And I'm just going to set this aside here. And maybe we'll do a repair there and see if we can figure that out. Okay. So this is also how you replace the window regulator on these cars. Okay. This water shield here normally would have to come off. But this speaker is luckily right here. So you'll see here there are 4 screws. One there, one down here, and one down here. Don't remove those. Those are to hold on this cover here for and if you pry this off of the speaker, it takes the cone with it. I learned that the hard way. Okay, so all you have to do is take off the outer 3 screws. So you'll see that there are 3. Here's one. Put that over there. One-handed is a little difficult. And there's the second. And then the third one is just down here in the center, which I'll get that one off right now off camera. Okay, now with the third screw removed, I'm going to go ahead and pry this out. Now, you'll see here that there is a wiring harness still attached, so don't just go to pull it out. It's not a metal contact plate like some high-end manufacturers are. This one is a regular wiring harness, so you can damage it, so just be careful there. Whatever you do, don't leave it hanging by the wiring harness, as tempted as you may be if you're filming like me, which you're probably not. Anyway, then go ahead and get a flathead screwdriver under this pigtail clip right here. And then this just pries back and then out. And this slides out of this black thing here. Okay, so now that I have the speaker here, I'm going to go ahead and grab a flathead screwdriver. Go ahead and pry this out like this. And be very careful not to damage this clip. These clips are very brittle at this age. And then that slides out. Whatever you do, don't rip this foam. You need it. And your car speakers will rattle like crazy if you don't have that, so make sure you preserve this foam. Okay, now the last step to doing these speakers. I'm gonna go ahead and slide in here, and all you have to do is remove these 4 screws I said not to remove. You're gonna remove these now, but that won't remove the whole speaker earlier. Now what this will do is remove this bracket that the speaker mounts to. So once you remove those, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I've removed all 4 screws, and make sure I'm just keeping them in the cup holder because I know which ones are which. Long screws, door panel, shorter screws for the speaker, and then the really short screws are for the speaker grill. Okay, so right here, now that I've removed those 4 screws, you'll see that this foam right here comes off as one piece. This is plastic and foam. It's very fragile, so be very careful with this. And there's my new speaker there. That was expensive. So here's the stock Ford speaker. You can see in here, the cone is paper, and of course that's just kind of standard now. So if you look here at this clip on Amazon, they have these which connect to, I'll show you on the new speaker here. What happens is you can get female to stock harness connectors or adapters rather, that connect here on these, I believe, I don't know if those are called spade connectors, I continuously forget. Anyway, so what you do, a terminal kit, basically. And then, so you can connect that to that. And then the stock end, which is from the spade to this, connects to this, which is very handy. But unfortunately, I don't have those. So what I'm going to try to do here, loosen up the solder that is connected to those speakers, grab some speaker wire, and see if I can solder those to here. Quite frankly, I might not have to grab speaker wire if I really was daring. This cone has a hole in it, so I don't care all that much about the speaker. What I could do, theoretically, is cut this brass wire here, or on both sides, slide this off, and then solder those brass wires to those terminals there. That might be a good idea. I don't know how I will end up doing that, but we'll find out. I'll see how to do this here. So I'm going to go ahead and see first if that speaker fits into that adapter. Okay, moment of truth. Here's the new speaker and here's the adapter. Let's see, will it fit perfectly? Wow. Okay, I got lucky. Okay, so now what I'll do is grab these stock screws, make sure not to lose them. These go back where you unscrewed them, the ones I originally told you not to unscrew. Now we're going to end up screwing those back in. So just kind of temporarily just get it at least in there. Okay, so I got this, which might look strange because you're like, where did this come from? It's actually the stock speaker. So what I ended up doing here was taking this grill off. I did the forbidden. The only thing is I don't care about the speaker. And it's a stock speaker, and this is ruined now. You can see the foam is all, if you can call it foam, is all coming off, and it's all warped, and this is soggy paper. So this speaker is really, you know, done. I also put a hole there so I could get the original clip off. I cut those wires. This speaker is done. Now, this Pioneer speaker, here's the original wiring harness. Now let me show you something. I put this aside so it doesn't get hurt. You can see right here, this, like I mentioned before, is actually what plugs into this harness. So you can get these adapters, but with spade connectors on the end that would plug right onto these speakers. So if I had a terminal kit, that would be awesome. But for now, I think I'll just solder this to the soldering points, and then I will have a homemade adapter. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me think. So this is going to end up sitting, it's going to end up dangling around. So I'm going to have to find a way to secure that. But I think this is going to end up working very well. Okay, I figured out exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to wire this right onto each point that's already soldered. And then this should sit there perfectly. There are plenty of great videos. Is this hot? Yes. Showing you how to solder. Chris Fix has one. I know. Oh God, there's lots. Now I can't think of a new one. I think Scotty Kilmer might have one. So there's lots of good videos on how to solder out there. I'm not going to show you guys how to do it, but I'm going to do it fairly well here, and then I am going to just get back to you then because I can't find a camera angle for this. Okay, so I'm not the best at soldering, but I think I've done fairly well for what this is. So you can see I have enough solder on there to last somewhere around 700 years. And then if you look over here at this one, same deal. So it's on there. So now the only thing left to do, test fit this and see if it works. Okay, so I've got this here. I'm not sure what happened to my camera, but I guess it just stopped recording again. Anyway, let's go ahead and see. I'm going to go ahead and plug these in. I'm going to go ahead and get a good camera angle first, though. Okay, I think that will suffice. Okay. Let's plug her in. Move this out of the way. Go ahead and move this into place here. So far, so good. I'm going to kind of hold that up there. Let me grab a screw. Stick it through. And, whoops, grab another one. Okay, there we go. Those are in. Now, I'll just kind of get those most of the way in there. Using a crappy screwdriver, but that's okay. Okay, now last one. Okay. This one is in there. All of these screws are in, so that's connected. Let's go do the other one off. I'll do that off camera, and then I'll put the panels back on. Okay, so both speakers are installed in the car, but then I remembered, oh right, door panels exist. So this here is the passenger side door panel, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can JB weld this crack right there, see if I can maybe try to fix that. And then, I don't know what's rolling around in there, but okay. And then over here, right here is a mounting tab that is this, and this has to be JB welded, if you will, right back onto there. So that fits there perfectly. So I have this, what you would call a Chevrolet Venture headlight lens, and I am going to mix the JB Weld hardener and resin, and I'm going to mix it with these popsicle sticks. So I went ahead and I mixed this, so now let's see if I can go ahead and put that mounting tab back on. So all I have to do, get a little bit of the concoction right there, try not to get it in the hole. But, oh my god, it won't focus. There we go. Okay, make sure this doesn't clog it up. Perfect. Okay, now I have this. So we'll go ahead and see if it fits, which of course it does. There we go. Okay, so now that's on. I'm going to let that dry. Now we'll work on this crack. Okay, so I was able to get both door panels situated. I did a lot off camera. I didn't just do what I said I was going to do. I actually did quite a bit more. So what I ended up doing with the driver's door panel is I sealed up all the cracks. Same with the passenger's door panel. You can even see a little bit of JB Weld there. But now that those are drying, I'm just so eager. I should wait for them to dry, but I'm going to go and start that thing and see how those speakers sound. Okay, guys. Moment of truth. Speakers are in. I made sure to turn the volume down. I have to make sure here not to get any copyright strikes, but I can listen to a little bit. Oh wow, okay. Wow, let's try a different station here. Let's go to one, there we go. Nothing. Let's try, I guess that's it. Wow, that just sounds so much better. I love that, wow. Wow, that's incredible. Okay, I got the door panels on, and everything seems to be working perfectly. They do sound better than I originally heard. The door panel actually, for some reason, makes it sound better. I'm not sure if that's psychological, just seeing it, or if it actually does. But I bet you it's just psychological. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a like and share it with anyone that you know might be interested. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know how I can improve, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So yeah, stay tuned.